Hello, everybody. I'm Ace Ligon. Usually, I'd start a video by saying Happy Wednesday, but now is not really the time for that. To be perfectly honest, I've been kind of dreading the day these videos became a trilogy. Anyway, I've been meaning to make this video for a while now. I have talked about this a bit on Discord, so some of you seeing this might already know about this, but a couple months ago, my grandmother was found dead in her home. I remember when I got the news, it was my sibling got a phone call, and I could only hear some of what the conversation was, but I could tell just from what they were saying that someone we knew was dead. And when I realized that, I just went cycling through all the people we know who it possibly could be. And just at the very top of the list of people that I was really hoping it wasn't was my grandma. So that was a shitty thing to find out. Um, her funeral was about a week after that. Um, it was a really sad event. Her funeral, all of that shit. But it was nice to see a lot of my family members again. I'm usually stranded here in Texas, so I don't get to see a lot of my southern or out east relatives very much. I did finally get to meet one of my nieces, Jasmine, for the first time. And I also got to see Andrea and Lilia again. Those little brats had the nerve to go and get tall on me. Andrea is in middle school right now. Lily is just a couple years behind her. But it was great seeing them again. And when I got the news, it was actually a couple days after being really sick. Like I threw up 4 times in one day, and by the end of it, there was blood coming up. And like the next few days after that, I was practically bedridden. I was eating a lot of yogurt because it was just about the only thing I was confident I would keep down. And I would go through that 100 more times if I could have had a bit more time with Mama. I really miss her, and I wish I had talked to her more. I do have a few things to remember her by. We all took home a few keepsakes. One thing my mama was very well known for was her collection of various frog-related memorabilia. She was way into frogs. I've got these little pins. Um, this one needs to be bent back into place, but they are frogs doing the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil gestures. Also have this little tiny bronze frog figurine. I'm gonna pin these to a hat eventually. I need to fix this one first, of course, but um, I also have this frog mug, but that's at my parents' house right there. I kind of left it in the trunk of their car when we came back, and I haven't gone over to get it yet. I also got some old VHSs. I got one of the Power Rangers movies and got the Aladdin trilogy. So this is going to sound kind of weird, but Return of Jafar was unironically my favorite movie as a kid. Like now that I'm older, I'm well aware of all of the flaws it's got, and Robin Williams' absence is a lot more noticeable, but it's still a great movie, and I love it. I also got a bunch of her old gaming stuff. She owned a Super Nintendo, and some of my best childhood memories were just sitting down and watching her play some games on it. She's got the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, she's got Frogger, she's got Aladdin. She had a Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, one of my all-time favorite games, and I am so stoked about the reboot coming out soon. I'm definitely gonna get that for my Switch, but it's awesome actually having the original now. Um, she also had this one, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I've played this on the Game Boy Advance and beaten it, but I only learned recently, and sorry, my toilet's being weird. If the mic's picking that up, I'm sorry. That's the tank refilling itself at random. We've sort of kind of gotten it better, but it's still a problem. But yeah, I learned recently that Mama apparently never actually beat this game. Um, so I'm gonna at some point try and finish her save file for her. Just like you all know, I'm a gamer. I would have become a gamer no matter what. My dad would have eventually gotten me into gaming if Mama didn't beat him to it. She is a gamer. She is the reason I became a gamer, and I love her for it. You guys may notice I've got a bit of a Frodo Baggins thing going on right now. This ring was actually my grandfather's, and I think it belonged to one of my great grandparents before him. And the chain I'm wearing, it was one of Mama's. It was about the only plain chain I could find of hers that didn't already have some kind of charm on it. So I figured I'd wear them together. I sometimes just slip this thing onto my finger and just kind of think about them. It's like having a little bit of both of them with me at all times. I also got some of her alcohol that I brought home with me. I've got some creme brulee liquor, which is probably expired. I'm probably just gonna keep this around as decoration or something. I don't think I'm actually gonna drink any of it. But I also got some Potter's Triple Distill vodka. She also had some Smirnoff, which was a bit more full than this. I wanted to take one of them home with me, but I picked this one for a very specific reason. This was bottled in Fairfield, California. Fun fact, my birth certificate says otherwise for some reason, but I was actually born in a military hospital in Fairfield, the same hospital that my grandfather was born in. I think it was like torn down and then rebuilt between us, but we were both born in that hospital. And I saw Fairfield on this bottle, and I just thought, yes, this is the one I want to keep. And I am going to go ahead and pour a bit out. Make sure that doesn't spill. I have no idea how old this is, but I do know vodka does not expire, so it should still be fine. Cheers. Still good. And one last thing. Out of all of the things I got from her, this is the one that I wanted to keep more than anything else in that house, more than the games, more than the movies. It's a little something that sort of ties all three of these videos together. If you haven't seen the first two very important videos, which I don't know why you're watching out of order, but you do you. But first one I talked about when I was 13 years old, I had this near-death experience where I got hit by a car and broke both of my legs at the same time. Second very important video was talking about my grandfather dying. And this last keepsake from my mama is just a reminder of that car thing. It's a picture of me the day I got my cast removed, and it's kept in this cute little frog frame. It's taken a bit of damage over the years, as you can see, but ever since she got this picture, she framed it, and it was always sitting on her kitchen counter somewhere. Even when she moved, she put it on her new counter, and I'm really happy I get to keep this. But yeah, losing her sucks. The funeral was sad, and of course, it was a Southern Baptist funeral, so there was a good chunk of the service that was basically just the preacher trying to convince everyone to accept the Lord into our hearts. And no, I'm agnostic. I'm not gonna convert at my grandfather's mother's funeral. But I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss both of them. Mama and Papa, I love them. They were best grandparents I could have possibly asked for. I don't even know my grandparents on my mom's side. I think my that grandmother died when I was 3, and I don't know anything about my grandfather on that side. But that about does it for this video, I think. This is a good place to wrap it up. I'm not gonna do the bean nonsense this time. But, yeah, just thank you all for listening to this, and, peace out.